So here we're going to talk about formatting different types of numbers or things within the cells. And there's a couple different ways to do this. So let's say that we're going to do the time of day. Well, one possible way is you can just start typing in 1:00 p.m. and that works great. But if I just do 1 p.m., it doesn't really format it the way I want it to be. Or if I just do 1, it doesn't really indicate what I'm going to do. So let's right-click on this particular cell and choose Format Cells. And from here, the Format Cell dialog comes up, and it gives us a whole bunch of different options. We're going to look for the category for time, and here we've got all of our different time, different layouts that we can potentially do. And there's a couple more going down. And so here you want to look at the one that you want to use. Here you can see in the sample, it's going to show us what it's going to do to our particular cell, if anything. As you can tell, nothing's really happening to our sample. So we're just going to go ahead and click on that. And nothing happened. So now we're going to have to type in 1. Oh, but it did 12 a.m. So we come in here, now we can make our adjustments. So this is going to be 1:30 p.m. And then it keeps in that format for us. Let's take another step further, and we're going to do the format cell again. But this time I want it to be including the seconds. So now when we format it, we can come in here and type in our time of day that we want. And that also gives us seconds on there. Another little quick tip is we can do a formula, and we can type in the word today, and that gives us today's date. Now let's see if we format that and if it'll give us a time of day. And it does. Now if you do now, it tells us exactly what time it is at this moment in time. So as you can see, we can do the exact same thing for dates. So we're going to start off and we're going to just type in, this is going to be May 10th, 2024. It'll do that. But notice it put a long year in there. Let's say I don't want that. I'm going to right click on this. We're going to go to Format Cells. And I would rather it show me today's day and then a little bit longer, the full month and everything. So here it reformatted and said it's Friday, May 10th. Like, yeah, I really don't want that. And notice up here where I typed in my actual date, it's still that. But I don't really want that. I want it to be a different type of date. So we're going to come back in here, and you can see we can do just the month and the day. And that's pretty nice. We can do the leading 0 in front of the day. I'm sorry, in front of the month. And there's a couple of different options in here. So you'll get to kind of come in here and play around with how you want this to actually be formatted for your date. Now numbers also, I want to format my number. So let's say that I would like to format my number in different ways. So maybe I need decimal places or whatever. So if we come in here and format my number, we're going to come in here to number. Oops, I don't want to cover that up. You can add decimal places if you'd like. You can add a comma separator for when it gets to thousands. You can also decide if you want a color or brackets if it's a negative number. So let's go ahead and we're going to add the comma here, and we're going to make it red with parentheses around it if it's a negative number. So here we've got just 100. So now we type in 1.5, it's 1.50. If we do a negative 1.5, it now makes it red and puts it with the brackets. Very similarly, money is very structured in the same way. So let's do 4.5, but when you're looking at money, that doesn't look right. So we're going to go ahead and click Format, and we're going to pick in here Currency. And with currency, we can choose the symbol that you want for the money to be shown. So if you're in a different country, you can pick one of the other ones. We're going to just keep it on the dollar sign. And we're going to do the same thing with the red parentheses and the 2 decimal places. So here now we have $4.50, which makes a lot more sense. If we did negative $7, it's going to put it like that. If I did negative 730, or I'm sorry, positive 730, it reformats it for me like this. So I don't have to put the dollar sign there. I don't have to put the last 0. and we can do that. Now let's come over here and we're going to do 8.1. And let's say that I want to do a quick version of this. So up here with in the number, so I'm going into the menu system up here. If Excel is expanded out, you might see it like this, where there's a dollar sign there. You can just quickly click on the dollar sign and it'll just change it into an accounting number. Now notice this one and this one are slightly different. The dollar sign over for the $8 one is over on to the left, where this one is right up against the 7. So this one's currency, where this is accounting. So you can pick different types of currency or accounting depending on your preference on that. You'll also notice that all these other formatting techniques that I talked about are up here in this menu as well. Plus there's additional ones here if you want to do that. You know, you've got the time, date, percentage, fractions, etc. So let's do a fraction. And we got 1.5. So that's 1.5. We're going to come in here and pick a fraction, and it did 1.5 for us. So there's all kinds of different things you can do with this. So I would definitely take some time and explore this.